Most people assume the Trump family was always wealthy, and they are partly right. But how each member built their own fortune, grew it, and in some cases lost and rebuilt it, is a far more interesting story than most people realize. Today, we are going through each family member, where the money came from, how they built it, and the stories behind the numbers that almost nobody talks about. Tiffany Trump. Net worth estimated around $10 million. Tiffany has largely stayed out of the business empire. She graduated from Georgetown Law School and kept a low profile compared to her siblings. Her wealth is modest by Trump family standards, but her marriage to Michael Boulos put her directly adjacent to a multinational conglomerate worth an estimated $2 billion operating across West Africa. The quietest Trump. But she married into one of the most powerful business families most Americans have never heard of. Eric Trump. Net worth approximately $300 million. Eric has spent his career running the Trump Organization. Hotels, golf courses, real estate development across multiple countries. Overseeing multi-million-dollar properties since his mid-20s while most people his age were still figuring out their careers. His wealth rises and falls with the Trump brand itself. Don Trump Jr. net worth approximately $400 million. Beyond the Trump Organization. Don Jr. built something most people overlook. A personal media brand. Millions of followers. A podcast generating significant independent income. And a venture capital firm called 1789 Capital focused on conservative-leaning startups. He built a financial identity that exists independently of his father. In today's economy, a loyal audience of millions is worth real money on its own. Ivanka Trump. Net worth approximately $300 million. Before politics, Ivanka built something genuinely impressive. The Ivanka Trump fashion brand at its peak was generating tens of millions in annual revenue across clothing, shoes, and accessories sold in major department stores worldwide. Built from scratch using her name as the foundation but her own decisions to grow it. She then served as a senior White House advisor, handling workforce development and Middle East diplomacy simultaneously. After Washington, she stepped back from public life. But the combination of a self-built brand, real estate experience, and her marriage to Jared Kushner means her financial position is considerably stronger than most people realize. Which brings us to Jared. Jared Kushner. Net worth estimated between $800 million and $1 billion. Jared may be the most financially interesting person in the entire Trump orbit. After the White House, he launched Affinity Partners, a private equity firm focused on the Middle East, Africa, and emerging markets. Within 2 years, he raised approximately $3 billion, most of it from sovereign wealth funds in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states. Most private equity firms spend decades building to that level. Kushner did it in 2 years after leaving government. Whatever your opinion on how those relationships were built, the financial result is the same. Real estate heir to multi-billion-dollar investment firm faster than almost anyone in the history of the industry. And then there is Donald Trump himself. Net worth approximately $6 billion. The origin is well known. Fred Trump. New York real estate. A significant inheritance. But what happened next is more complicated than most people acknowledge. Multiple casino bankruptcies in the 1990s. Massive personal debt. A period where his net worth was reportedly negative by hundreds of millions. Then a comeback through licensing. His name became the product. Fees for putting the Trump name on buildings he did not even own quietly rebuilt the fortune. Then The Apprentice. 14 seasons. An estimated $400 million in earnings. And a brand transformation no advertising budget could have bought. Then politics. And Trump Media and Technology Group, the parent company of Truth Social. When it went public in 2024, it handed him a stake worth over $6 billion at peak. A social media platform with modest revenue trading at a valuation driven almost entirely by political identity and audience loyalty. He turned a political movement into a publicly traded asset worth billions. That has genuinely never happened before at this scale. The through line across all of them is the same. They leveraged a name. They took risks most people would not take. They failed and came back. And they understood that in the modern economy, attention is a form of capital just as real as cash. Subscribe to Money Logic for weekly videos on personal finance, investing, and building real wealth. Drop a comment below. Which family member surprised you the most? Until next time, stay disciplined, keep building,